Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm JRCO1. This is my first YouTube video, so welcome. I am a gamer at heart. I play a bunch of different games from Pokemon to Siege to Madden to 2K. So if you like video games, stick around because I'm gonna have some awesome content coming, not just from Pokemon, but from a bunch of different things. This first video is actually going to be Pokemon related. This I have actually been playing Draft League for many years now. I took a little bit of a hiatus, but I'm starting to get back into Pokemon, and in doing so, I'm getting back into draft as well. This is my second or third season back since my hiatus, so looking to hopefully go out there, knock some of the rust off, make playoffs, and hopefully make a push towards winning. So, without further ado, let's get into it. This league is the Soldu Association. It is season 2 of this league. I am in the Latios division, which is the Wi-Fi upload division. And my team is the Richmond Reggie Dragos. And this is my draft analysis. So, going into our first pick, we had Landorus Incarnate. Now, Landorus, I saw this thing and I said, Sheer Force is not banned? Yes, please. This thing is an awesome Pokemon. It's an amazing breaker, amazing setup sweeper. You can run this even with a choice scarf, choice specs, different things like that. It's an amazing Pokemon in general. Honestly, it's more versatile than people give it credit for, and I'm really excited to use this Pokemon. It does kind of suck that it did lose Rock Polish, and it doesn't have a way to boost its speed. But maybe there are some things we can do to make up for that difference. I'm really looking forward to this Pokemon being hopefully our MVP of the season, besides our Terra captains. So, yeah, let's move on to our second pick, Jirachi. Now, I did have the wheel pick, so I did was the last pick in the first round, so I was the first pick in the second round. So I find that ground type is the most spammable type, which is why we picked up Landorus. And then I wanted something that was going to be able to support my team fully throughout the season. Now, Jirachi is an amazing Pokemon, hundreds all across the board with Serene Grace. Allows it to do pretty much anything you want to. It can be support, and whether you're doing speed control, screens, it can have wish support. You can use this even as a setup sweeper. It's just going to be the glue to my team this season. It is going to be something that I will be able to use in so many different ways. Nobody will be able to know what I'm bringing on this thing every single week. Obviously, I won't be bringing this thing every single week, but even if I did, I would have a different set every single time. That is just how versatile this Pokemon is, and I thought it was perfect to support Landorus and the rest of the team. Now, moving on to my third pick, Urshifu Single Strike. Now, since I had the wheel, I had to wait for the whole rest of the second round and pretty much the entirety of the third round before I picked again. And this thing was still sitting on the board. This thing is an amazing breaker. It's got priority and sucker punch. It's got swords dance, trailblaze. This thing just hits hard and goes ham. And I am so excited to be able to use this. I have used Urshifu Rapid Strike in draft before, but I've never gotten the chance to use Urshifu Single Strike. So this thing is going to be amazing. Whether I'm running setup or just choiced item, there are going to be so many different things I can do with this, and I'm really excited to use this for the first time in draft. With our fourth pick, speaking of using something for the first time in draft, we have Frostmoth. Now, in pretty much every Pokemon draft league I've seen, Frostmoth has been banned as far as a Terra captain goes. However, in the Soldu Association, they only have 3 Terra banned Pokemon, which means Frostmoth was illegal. was legal. Sorry, I misspoke. This thing is going to be amazing. I picked Terra Bug just for super strong bug buzzes, Terra Waters to be able to allow us to set up easier. It's a good defensive all around Terra type. It'll also help with those pesky fire types who want to come in and try and take advantage of our four times weaknesses. And then I did Terra Fighting. Terra Fighting was something for me. I wanted to be able to have a way to hit steals with Frostmoth because steel types really walled this thing. Um, it has an amazing ability in Ice Scales, which means it takes half damage from any special type attack. So whether I'm Assault Vest or if I have a Quiver Dance up or I'm somehow boosting special defense, this thing will not die to a special move unless something comes in that has Mold Breaker or is able to cancel out my ability in some way. This thing is going to be amazing, and I can't wait to use this thing. Moving on to the fifth pick, we had Samurai Hisui. This thing was another thing I was so surprised fell all the way to the fifth round. Obviously having sharpness, but being able to get spikes up with also being able to do damage is insane. It is insanely good for the amount of offensive pressure I currently have on my team, but it also will allow me to switch up the way different ways I pressure people every single week. With flip term, this thing just becomes even better, being able to carry momentum as well as U-turn on a bunch of different Pokemon that I have, and then also some other momentum moving forward that you will see on the team. I just saw this. I saw it was still available, and I was like, I have to have it. This is actually my first time using Samurai Hisui as well. A lot of these Pokemon, it's actually going to be my first time using them. So I look forward to taking on the challenge of learning new Pokemon and hopefully being able to do damage with them. Now for the next pick, we had Sinistra. Sinistra I picked up just because it's an excellent defensive Pokemon. I've used it on the Showdown ladder, but I've never used it in draft, and I think this thing is going to be amazing. Having Heat Proof basically nullifies its Fire type weakness. Not that we don't have other things that can deal with Fire types and their weak and that weakness, but it's an added bonus when you're looking at a Pokemon like this. I needed a Ghost type as a spin blocker, and this thing also is going to wall pretty much anything defensively, whether it's Matcha Gotcha and I get my 20% burns, or I'm just running Strength Stat. This thing is going to be the heart and soul of our defensive core this season. However, don't underestimate this thing and thinking that it won't set up and sweep your whole team, because it can and it might. Moving on, we got Goodra. Goodra is one of my favorite dragon types in draft. It's just so amazingly versatile, both physical and special, and it does not care if you have a special attacking move against it unless you are +2 or higher. Sap Sipper is an amazing ability to be able to counteract grass types, whether it's Superior or any other Rillaboom, any other super strong grass types. Obviously, this has an immunity via Sap Sipper. Hydration is a really good ability to have versus rain teams, and Gooey is just an amazing ability for speed control. I love this thing. I think it's an underrated Pokemon, and I'm really glad to have it on my team. Next up, we have our next Terra Captain, Slowbro Galar. Galarian Slowbro. This thing, the reason I drafted it and made it a Terra Captain is because I asked. Oh, trust me, I had to make sure that it was legal for Quick Claw, Quick Draw. We're about to be drawn on some people this season. This thing has legal Quick Claw. The only things that are banned are super RNG items, which means Quick Claw is legal. So this thing might get a couple sweeps just based off of that. Now I believe it's only 40% for you to actually get the quick draw plus the quick claw activation, but maybe we'll have some fun with that. It also has an amazing ability in Regenerator as well, if we wanted to run something more defensive. I put it as Terra Poison because Shell Sidearm is an amazing move, and it hits just even harder with Terra Poison. Terra Ground is there mostly for, again, the Steel types. I feel like Steel types love to try and switch in on Pokemon like Slowbro Galar, but also I wanted the Terra Ground to be able to deal with different fire types that want to come in. Our third Terra type is Terra Fighting in case we want to run an Iron Defense Body Press set on this thing, which will allow us to have a setup defensively and be able to go in and hopefully take on some things and surprise them when we're not running Quick Claw plus Quick Draw. For our next Pokemon, I wanted to go ahead and pick up Pawmont. I really value fast electric types in draft. I think they're amazing to have as just a piece in your arsenal. This thing obviously has priority in, I believe it has Fake Out, but I know it does definitely has Mach Punch. Um, just being a fast electric type allows it to get in and get out really quickly and build momentum for the team. I didn't have a lot of Pokemon that were in between that 100 to 110 kind of base range. So I wanted to be able to have something to cover that speed tier as well. I think Palma is going to be a pretty good Pokemon for us. It's definitely going to come a couple weeks, and hopefully we're able to put in work with it. Next up, we have Ambipom. I love Ambipom. I have used Ambipom before. I haven't used it since Generation 6, though, so it's definitely something that's going to take a little more getting used to because I am a little rusty with it. Has two amazing abilities in Technician and Skill Link, allowing it to even run some special coverage every now and then. Being a base 115 speed tier is awesome. It's going to be able to outpace a bunch of different Pokemon, and it will hopefully be able to be a Pokemon we can use to catch some people by surprise and put in a lot of work. And with our last pick being our 11th pick, we had 1 point left over, and we also had one Terra point left. So I saw this thing and I said, 1 point, why not? We got Hakamo-O. Two amazing abilities in Bulletproof and Soundproof. We have Terra Dragon for pretty obvious reasons. Scale, it does still learn Scale Shot. So that'll be a very, very useful move if we ever want to use Scale Shot with loaded dice if we don't want to run Eviolite, even though Eviolite will be really great with base 90 defense and base 70 special defense. We also have Terra Steel for any fairies who want to try and come in on this thing. Terra Steel, Terra Blast. Have a nice day. And then I also put Terra Dark on this thing. I think Terra Dark will be able to deal with the psychic types that might want to try and catch this thing off guard. Because not everybody's going to have a fairy they want to switch in against this thing. So for the ones who do end up wanting to use psychic types, Terra Dark will be able to support this thing and make sure I actually have an immunity to their move, which will allow me to either set up or get off a pretty decently strong hit. And with that, that is the full team draft analysis of the Richmond Regidragos SDA Season 2 Draft League. I'm really liking our team. I think our team is super versatile. I think I have the option to bring pretty much any Pokemon any given week, depending on the matchup. And that's something in the past I've struggled with. I usually kind of stick to what I'm comfortable with. So I'm looking to expand on that and try new things to be able to broaden my horizons and not be predictable when it comes to which Pokemon I'm bringing. Um, for those who don't know, I actually tend to bring some pretty heat sets Most people tell me that I burn down the kitchen, but I have fun while I'm doing it. So I'm looking forward to this season. Hopefully, we can put in some work. If you made it this far, I hope you enjoyed the video. It is my first, so feel free to give me a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought, and I look forward to posting some more content, and I look forward to this season. Have a good one. Peace.